Thanks for staying with us. We're moving right now to the newspaper review, and I will start with this story on Daily Sun. This reads, Red Alert in Abuja. Soldiers mount roadblocks, conduct stop and search over feared planned attack. Business activities grounded as troops look for kidnapped lecturers. Again, gunmen attack Uni Abuja. Another story here says, Anambra, US threatens visa ban on election violence sponsors. And we have riders here that read, INEC vows to prosecute offenders, vote bias, abolishes incident forms. And we also have IG orders withdrawal of security details around politically exposed persons. Still on the Daily Sun this morning, Lagos building collapse, more heads to roll, and that's coming from the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu. We have a rider here that says, gives panel 30 days to submit report as death toll hits 29. Another rider, tension in Ikeja over gas leakage. Some other stories still here. We have Northern Elders reject special trial for Kanu, and we have a rider vow to cooperate with others to produce competent leader in 2023. And then gunmen kill 2 policemen in Rivers, and we have absence of EFCC counsel stalls Desani's trial. That's all on the Daily Sun this morning.
And now we'll move to The Nation. The screaming headline here says, collapsed Lagos building, government to punish offenders, with the writer saying Sanwo-Olu names promises tough action. Probe panel setup, death toll now 24. Further down to the bottom stream says NURTW louds Oyetola's performance. Governor gets endorsement, and that's on page 7. Gunmen abduct minors in Kwara. Buni others weighed in Oyo APC crisis. Now we'll move to the earpiece of the paper says not elders on 2023 vote competent, honest leaders. World Bank government asked government to curb inflation. That's on the business scene. Improve exchange rate. Gas leakage scare in Lagos. JAMB remits 3.51 billion naira as operating surplus. 162 back from Libya. Umuf again says sugar processing attracts 250 billion naira investments. And finally, on The Nation says credit government needs 7 trillion naira to fix 854 roads. And the writer saying Lagos to Ibadan East-West road for completion next year. You could get more stories on the page 28 of The Nation.
Moving now to the Punch newspaper this morning, this story is about the Ikoyi building, and it reads, death toll rises as Lagos probes collapse, owner, pastor missing. Building project sponsors were about unknown, Sanwo-Olu named survivors. 15-story building plan approved, not 21, stated by Deputy Governor, and then document shows. All right, moving away from that story, so on the Punch newspaper, NBA Petitions Commission panel over Malami magistrates rose in Odili's home raid. Council battle over final forfeiture of $899,600 found in Abuja apartment. Another one, this is on page 22 of the Punch newspaper, and it reads, Army roadblocks return. Terrorists, kidnappers lay siege to Federal Capital Territory FCT. Anambra decides 2021, heavy security deployment not to intimidate voters, and that's coming from Inspector General of the Police. US threatens visa ban, others on poll violence sponsors. And still on the Punch newspaper for today, Uni Abuja invaders demand 300 million naira for abducted professors' family members. Ekiti woman jailed 10 years for assaulting pregnant neighbor, forcing labor. Subsidy payment cost 864.07 billion naira in 9 months, and that's according to NNPC report. And finally here, we have Abiodun gifts OAU record-setting medical graduate house 5 million naira and scholarship.
Well, I like that story, the last story there. All right, we just moved to The Guardian, which is, of course, the last paper for the review this morning. It says, of course, that's a picture of the collapsed Ikoyi building. Sadly, it made most of the headlines today. That's picture, it graced some of the headlines. And the top part says editorial saying federalism is the answer after all. That's the 54th episode of this editorial. And moving further down, says government to blame for outrageous threat charges by foreign firms. With the writer saying high threat cost jacks up petrol price, not subsidy, WASA insists. Over 45 billion US dollar cargo costs lost to foreign firms in 5 years. No Nigerian-owned cargo ships berthing on our waters, says Brown. Sadly, NISA moves to set up $500 million maritime fund by 2022 to acquire assets for operation. Shore up trade balance with export expansion grants at DEFACO urged. And moving further down, again, gunmen invade Abuja despite increased security patrol in the Federal Capital Territory. Africa loses 8.8 trillion naira yearly to 94% importation on pharmaceutical and medicinal needs. Page 4 has a story. ICPC DSS arrests 48 lecturers over security officers' orders over exam leakage. That's on page 5. And finally, UPU to prune Guba aspirants in Delta Central to 2. That's on page 9 of the Guardian paper.